and now it's in the winter fishing season. Today we are very happy to be joined by a local representative, Mr. Chen. He will give us some information about the winter fishing season. Would you please say hi to the online viewers? Hello, everyone. Hi, Mr. Chen. I wonder, what is the red net? Is it red because of the color? Well, talking about the red nets, it's related to the weight of the fishes. Normally, the weight needs to be more than half kilogram. Why is the name red net? Because red is auspicious, means good luck. It means good harvest, and it means our great expectation for a heavy harvest. If you check the volume or the weight of the fish we got this year, it may be called red nets. Now the total weight is 180,000 jin. Well, we are keen about the location of the red net. It's not that you randomly spread the net, you will get the fish. You need to be cautious about choosing the location. And the location of the big fish and the smaller fish are different. So where can we get most of the fish? Well, the fish swim in a certain area of the lake. The fish also need to feed. So how to catch the largest number of fish? That depends on your experience. And sometimes making a wild guess or calculation, you will know the right place of catch the fish. And you will know roughly the idea about where the fishes are. So the calculation is an important skill. What is the most important of this skill? Well, sometimes you need to look at the ice, and then you will spread or you will lose the net. And the way you spread the net is important, because the net has different holes. You need to be cautious that the fish will not spread out of the hole. So how many years have you been working on this field? Well, 27 years. I've learned from my father's generation, and I worked on my own generation. And I am taught by the last generation, hand by hand. And naturally, the lessons I got. So I am grateful for what I have got from my fishing experience. I noticed that many tourists are taking pictures of the fish. They are immersed in taking pictures. Hi, having caught such a big fish, are you happy about that? Of course. Where are you from? I'm from Beixi. We are together. How do you feel about today's experience? Well, I feel great. Well, there are a good number of people here today. But since I come here, I don't think I will regret this experience. Now, we're glad to have with us the second important people today, Mr. Shan Junguo. Hello, everyone. I am a provincial non-cultural, intangible cultural heritage inheritor for the Chagan Lake. Mr. Shan, what do you think the winter fishing season or the red net means for the local people? Well, definitely it means a lot, covering all aspects of our people, from their spiritual pursuit, from their cultural pursuit to their material life. Well, is red net a terminology or just a random word spoken by the local people? Well, I think it is a special term in the industry. It means a red net. It means it brings you a harvest of over 100,000 jin of fish, or 50,000 kilograms of fish. And the red net brings harvest for our people and brings better life for the local people. So in a word, red net is a symbol of people's sound aspirations for a better life. It means it holds great significance, especially at the end of a certain year. Because in the Chinese culture, fish, by its pronunciation, has an auspicious meaning for the Chinese people. It means it brings you abundant goodness and wealth. And now the local people still stick to the old custom of cutting the ice by hands. It shows people's respect for nature and for labor, and also the inheritance of the culture. So what are the plans or the challenges that lies ahead? Well, I think it's important to inherit and protect the Chagan Lake. This lake brings you good harvest of the fish. In the future, we should prioritize ecological progress, followed by economic growth. We hope the lake will always provide clean water, because a clean lake will provide good harvest of the fish that will continue to feed the people that live around. And the people will feed back by preserving the nature around the lake. The lake will provide more and more green food for the people. Although it feels extremely cold here, the people's enthusiasm has kept us warm. In a winter season, usually it's not that busy, but in Chagan Lake, it's on the contrary. People get very busy on the lake. People labor a lot, they work hard, and they are optimistic. That all shows their good aspirations for a better life in the future. Well, we learned a lot today. That is to show our love and respect for nature with labor and contribution. Indeed, the local villagers have made great contributions to the Chagan Lake, to the local development and the preservation of nature, to the ecological progress locally. Across 4 seasons around the year, the winter fishing season is very important, and each season will bring you different experience. And it's very different across 4 seasons on the Chagan Lake. In the winter season, it's about the fish. In the autumn season, you can come here and watch the birds. So Chagan Lake is open for all tourists around the country. You're encouraged to come and visit and see for your own eyes what happened here. Well, the winter season in Chagan Lake is really cold, but the festivity here feels welcome. So if you got the chance, do come here and enjoy the local life. I also hope this winter fishing custom that has lasted thousands of years will pass from generation to generation so that more and more people will benefit from the well-being of the locality. So I hope everyone will benefit from the red net in your own daily life. So this is my part. My colleagues will bring you more. Stay tuned. Dear online viewers, I'm Geng Ruihua from CGTN. I am in the ice yards of Chagan Lake. After the fishes are harvested, where are they headed? They will be brought exactly into this ice yard. Why is this place called ice yard? Feel the ground first. It is not traditional concrete. It is made of ice that is as thick as 10 centimeters. Well, our local staff will try to build this ice ground layer by layer in the winter against the cold temperature. They do not need any machine. What all need is a cold temperature. So to build such an ice yard, they don't have to spend that much effort, and that's very efficient work. This place covers around 10,000 square meters. So in the red net season, this yard has enough capacity to hold the fish. It is not only a warehouse for storing the fish, it is also a factory for streamlining, for processing the fish. Well, so much about the ice courtyard. I think many of you will be interested in how this place works. how does the fish in the yard comes onto the table of our people's daily life? Today I'm very happy to be joined by our local staff, a person in charge, Mr. Yu Yang. Hello everyone. Hi, Mr. Yu. I think the online viewers are very interested in how this ice courtyard bring fish to people's table. Well, we will process the fish first, and then we move them onto a vehicle, and we will weigh the fish. And then the fish will be stored here in this yard. How much fish did you get days ago? Well, 280,000 jin of fish. That's all we get. After the fish come here, we come to the next chain. The next step is to freeze the fish. 280,000 jin. Is there any particular way of processing the fish? Like how do you lay out the fish? Well, after the fish arrive in the ice courtyard, we spread the fish as you see on the ground of the ice courtyard, so that the fish can be frozen in a short time to keep them complete. So for how long do you freeze the fish? Well, 12 hours. Well, let's check this fish. I think it has been frozen for 12 hours. It feels very hard. If you hit the fish head onto the ground, you will hear a big sound. So there are a vast number of fish here. How do you sort them? Well, there are many categories of local fishes in different Chinese names, like grass fish, like a big head fish, and also the silver cups. For example, these two fish are of two different categories. The silver cup has a smaller head, and if you check the belly, the silver cup has a sharp line on its belly. That's the easiest way of telling the silver carps from other kinds of fish. So it will help the consumers tell the difference of different categories of fish. So the next step after freezing is sorting. We sort the fish by their categories. The fish of the same category have different sizes, right? We will sort them by their size, and then they will be packed. Taking the big fish head as an example, how do you sort this fish? Well, we sort them by their weight. For these very big head fish that weighs over 13 jin, they will be sorted out. I can see the staff are busy packaging. and the whole fish will be packed. Do you have some novel products to pack the fish? Well, over the years, we have tried to develop new ways. For example, we process the fish, we remove the skin, the scale of the fish, as well as we remove the internal organs of the fish, and then we pack. For example, this gift box has 6 kinds of fish products containing different parts of the body of different categories of fish. So on the food table, you will have 6 categories of fish. We also cut the fish into different parts. If you have a small family, this package is suitable for you. For example, you have the fish head. You can cook the steak, the fish steak. We also provide some supplementary products like the sauce for the fish. That makes it more convenient for consumers to eat fish. For example, if you have a fish that weighs over 20 or 30 jin, that's too much. So this gift box that contains different categories or different parts of fish will be more suitable for you on the food table. And the sauce will help a lot. So thank you for introducing the fish products. What about the commercial channels? Well, we have both an online and offline shopping sales channel. If the consumers come on site, they can buy the fresh fish offline. But if you cannot come, we can shop online. The online shopping takes up 60 or to 70% of the total sales volume. And that's convenient for the consumers. What about your daily orders? And do you have a certain target for your daily order? We hope that by the first day of the new year, our sales volume will double. And our people are busy packaging day by day, and we hope we can realize our target. What about after the sales? Then the fish will reach the food table of each household. Well, during the first day, New Year holiday, what kind of measures will you take to ensure the supply chain? Well, we have opened up new transportation lines to ensure that the products will reach each household in a fast manner. Normally, it takes no more than 48 hours to reach these consumers when they place their orders. So today, by walking into this ice courtyard, we have seen for our own eyes how the fish caught from Chagan Lake will reach the food table of each household in China. So we wish this place a good harvest, and I wish all the consumers a good life. Thank you for watching. Dear online viewers, I'm Yao Yue from CGTN. Just now, my colleagues have shown to you for your own eyes the red nuts and how the fish products are stored and are processed. And I believe you can't wait to buy some fish onto your own table. Now I will take some time to explain to you how people will eat the fish, how the fish will be made, how to cook the Chagan Lake fish. I'm very happy to be joined by Mr. Li, one of the chefs here. You know, it's near approaching the end of the year, and people are very enthusiastic into shopping this fresh fish. Well, this fish is called the big head fish because of its weight. You can see how big it is. It's a wild big head fish. I heard Chagan Lake is famous for producing over 60 categories of wild fish, including the cold water fish. Because before the winter fishing season, the fish will feed a lot. And that's how their meat will taste even better. So could you tell us which fish will you choose to cook today? Well, the big head fish, the grass fish, and the carp, and many more categories, among others. On a whole fish meal, we cook around 12 categories of fish. Well, it's freshly caught early in the morning. Because as a reporter, I live in the inland of China. Could you tell me how do these different categories of fish taste differently? Well, the most popular fish here is big head fish. It contains a high volume of fat, and it pleases your tongue. For a whole fish banquet, we contain 12 kinds of fishes. Well, the local way of cooking the fish is to cook the fish in this iron pot. Well, how do you process the fish after you catch it? Well, first step is to put the fish into a natural freezer. that will keep the fish meat fresh. Well, the most common way of cooking the fish is to cook them with the iron pan with the sauce. Or you can stew. Could you explain the steps of cooking such a fish? Well, as you can see in the pot, you put different kinds of sauce. And you put in pepper and ginger. And normally you need 2 hours to finish cooking. Does that mean you have to start working in early morning? Exactly. Well, in the early morning, you need to get up very early and start the preparation work. As you can see, the chef is cutting the fish. Well, the iron pot is very big. But for an unusual household, people don't have such a big iron pot. Iron pot. Well, what you see today is a very big head of fish. That's why we use a big iron pot. But normally in people's daily life, you don't have to cook such a big fish. Well, this way of cooking the fish is the most usual way, as you can see in northeastern China. Now the fish has been put into the iron pot. Then we have to wait 1 hour, even 1.5 an hour before we finish the cooking. We also sell half-made fish. With the whole package arrived, you can just open it and very easily cook it in a few minutes. What else do we get to learn more about the whole fish meal? Well, the fresh meat. I mean the raw fish. The sliced raw fish. There are 2 ways of eating the sliced raw fish. You can go with the sauce, or you can mix it. And we prefer the salty flavor. And the flavor will continue to improve. For a newcomer, it needs 3 years to be as efficient like this chef in slicing the raw meat. Well, what is this fish, or which part of the fish? The black fish is the best choice, and the back of the fish is preferred. Why is black fish? Because the meat is more pleasant. So after the raw fish is sliced, what do we do? Well, we mix it with different kinds of ginger, pepper, and a sauce. And the pepper oil. What about next? Next dish, the fried fish. The so-called silverfish or ice fish. Because of the color of the fish body is silver or transparent. You can cook it together with egg. I think the best way is to fry the silverfish. You remove the head and tail of the fish, as you can see here. What about next? Then you need the egg, the flour, the salt, and then you start frying the fish. Now the chef will show you step by step how this fish is fried. Firstly, some preparation work with an egg, salt, or flour. You can choose whatever you want, something less, something more. Sometimes flour is needed to help with the frying process. In people's daily life, they don't have so many complicated sauces or supplements. Then you can just go however you like. You can even go without the sauce. I can see it's quite easy to process. After mixing it with different sauces and flour, you can just put it into the oil pot. You must be particular about the temperature of the oil. When it boils a little bit. How can you tell the frying process is finished? Well, when the color turns gold, then you can get them out. The frying process, you must be cautious about the temperature of the oil, not to get hurt. Well, this chef has worked here for 20 years. The same for me, more than 20 years. Since you have cooked fish for so many years, are you still accustomed to eating fish? Yes, we eat fish every day. So does eating fish hold any significance in your life? Well, it's kind of my hobby. If you stop eating the fish for one day or two, you will miss it. Well, my online viewers have told me in the comment section that they missed the flavor of the Chagan Lake fish. Now the color has turned gold. It's time to get them out. So how do you eat the fish after it's fried? Does it go with any sauce? Nothing you will need to eat the fish because you have got the salt, you've got everything here. If you like, you can cut them into smaller slices and go with the egg. The silverfish doesn't contain any fish bones, so just rest assured to eat them. It goes with steamed egg custard. I almost couldn't resist the temptation to taste it. Each time we come here to interview people around the Chagan Lake, I can see people working hard in the Chagan Lake. I wonder whether it's basically what you saw in ancient times. Yes, the Chagan Lake has a very good tradition of inheritance. The heritage is not only about the fishing season, it's about the culture. As we are approaching the end of the year, I believe fish is an inevitable choice on people's food table to show their good aspirations for a better life in the coming year. I think that is the common aspiration shared also by the people living around the Chagan Lake. So thank you, Mr. Li, for giving us this valuable information about cooking the fish. That will be the end of my live stream here. I hope you will stay tuned about the Chagan Lake fish. And I wish you a prosperous life. Thank you for watching.